There is always that one game you look back in your past as one of your favorite games of all time. For me personally, I would consider myself a Roblox veteran. I've been playing this game for more than half my life and I joined this Roblox platform since 2010. And there was only one game that was a massive part of my childhood, and specifically, that game was called Reason to Die. This is the rise and the fall of Reason to Die. There was a man who started all of this. This man will be known as Place Rebuilder on the date of April 29th, 2008. Like everyone else, Place Rebuilder started out as a random person on the Roblox platform, but little did he know he will be the man behind one of the most popular games on Roblox. On the same date of joining Roblox, he immediately got interested into making games and started working on a bunch of Roblox games. The story goes like this. So basically, the first version of Reason to Die of all time was known as Lust for Blood. Place Rebuilder definitely did not expect that his game Lust for Blood will actually become popular, but luckily, a very famous Roblox reviewer on this Roblox platform called Shio Showerman decided to review this place and gave it a good rating, which means he brought a lot of players to start playing it, and Place Rebuilder started gaining traction. Lust for Blood, which later was renamed Reason to Die, was so popular no one thought it would be doomed to fail, and there were actually plans to create another map called Ghost Town, but it was left forgotten when the place was abandoned. After some time, Place Rebuilder quit Roblox and Reason to Die fell in disrepair, getting broken after Roblox updates. As you know, a lot of old games actually get broken through Roblox updates. But before quitting though, Place Rebuilder uncopy locked the place, meaning that people can actually copy the place. And a bunch of people tried to, copy the place, and some people actually tried to revive Reason to Die, but plenty of them did not have success, and some of them were cancelled. Others were deleted or even abandoned, and later the place got deleted by Roblox administrators after an anonymous user reported all the games. At this point, it seemed like Reason to Die was officially gone, but no, on December 2012, Place Rebuilder came back to Roblox and decided to remake Reason to Die entirely, having new items, weapons, and amazing mechanics. Place Rebuilder made a seemingly improved version of Reason to Die with weapons such as a combat rifle, sniper rifle, and the legendary AK-47, considered the best gun of all time in Reason to Die. A bunch of new maps and crazy stuff were added to the game, and you probably think, this game is absolutely amazing, it's probably going to continue growing, but that's where you're wrong, because for some reason the game was ultimately abandoned. For some reason, things eventually began to fall apart, but the game was still getting visits, and on the date of May 2014, Place Rebuilder decided to revisit the game and give it another chance. He closed the entire game in April 2014 and started rebuilding the game from scratch again, introducing a new place model to Reason to Die, new zombies, new weapons, and gameplay mechanics that have been created. And around mid-May of 2014, the game was reopened, and it was one of the most played games of the week. Unfortunately, exploits were beginning to arise in that time, and the place started to fall down in the charts, and the place was definitely not getting that many visits as it had before. So Reason to Die was basically on the verge of dying. So in an attempt to regain the original popularity that Reason to Die had, Place Rebuilder launched an update in a new event format, celebrating 8 million visits. The event called Event Mate, released on August 14th to 16th, 2014, celebrated the milestone and introduced boss new items and a bunch of crazy new mechanics. And around September 2014, Reason to Die officially made 10 million visits. And Place Rebuilder said he will not be making a 10 million event. He was working on a Halloween event, which will be released in the next month. When released, the event introduced a new boss, a new map, a bunch of items and skins, and a bunch of crazy stuff. Reason to Die was blowing up. Now, the Christmas event of 2014 was something I definitely remember. I remember fighting with the boss, Mr. Frost, and actually getting the ice sludge, which was absolutely insane because I was actually one of the first players to actually get it. If you did not know, if you killed Mr. Frost, you would actually get an ice sledge, which looks like like an ice hammer, and the first person to get it will get to keep it in their inventory forever. And I was one of the first people to actually get it. And then on the Winter Games 2015, which was, still a thing, Reason to Die was actually one of the top 4 games to be chosen to participate in the Winter Games 2015. And basically, this was actually amazing because this gave Reason to Die a bunch of more visits. But sadly, on April 28, 2015, an exploiter hacked multiple Reason to Die servers. Reason to Die moderators tried to ban him, but his tool kept him in game going and going, and it's exploiting. The game was destroyed and players started quitting and never rejoining. The place fell from the top list and as such never got as popular as they were before. So PlaySpeed Builder was getting really annoyed with all these people exploiting. So you know what he decided to do? He decided to completely close down Reason to Die because the game was starting to fall apart. No one was playing anymore. So he closed the entire Reason to Die game and he made a new one, basically the sequel, and he called it Reason to Die Awakening. So Reason to Die Awakening is still up and you can actually check out till this day. But for some reason, for me personally, I do not like the modern version of Reason to Die. I prefer the old classic Reason to Die from 2012 and 2014. Those were the good years of Reason to Die. I remember I started playing Reason to Die ever since 2012 and I was an absolute boss at it, okay? I was considered one of the best players of all time there. And I remember absolutely loving the new Reason to Die Awakening, but for some reason, I didn't like it after a couple of updates. It didn't, have the good old classic game look it had before, and I just ultimately quit playing Reason to Die Awakening, and many other players did the same thing. This eventually made the game slowly dive into the hole of death. And not trying to say, the game's dead, but it's slowly starting to become dead. And at this point, Reason to Die is definitely not going to hit the peak it had years and years ago. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the rise and the fall of Reason to Die. Perhaps one of the most notable and one of the most OG games of all time here on the Roblox platform. If you're an old Robloxian, myself, or a Roblox veteran, this is what I would consider peak performance back then. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you guys do subscribe. Drop a like if you guys can, because some of you guys are actually not subscribed. But anyways, hopefully you're having an absolutely amazing day. And yeah, see you guys. Peace.